a passion inside. Heaven knows I'm living my dreams. As I look upon my life, there's a passion inside. Heaven knows I'm living my dreams.
Good morning, everybody. Greetings on this beautiful Thursday morning. I don't know how you feel today, but yay, this is the day that the Lord has made, and we will rejoice and be glad in it. Irrespective of what circumstances you are facing, remember that you have an anchor, and the anchor is Jesus Christ. So yes, we want to actually roll this morning. You are on the Inside Show with none other than Talk with Joan Thursdays with Joan and Lee-Ann on the Talk with Joan show this morning. So yes, we didn't even have a time to actually discuss what we're going to say on this mirrors thing. But yeah, I want to just ask, maybe we can say, seeing that we had our first rain, how's the air? How's the air, Lee-Ann, for you?
Good morning to our Inside family. Good morning, Joan. We're back here with Thursdays, and we're glad that you've logged on to join us. My morning is, I'm grateful for the rain. I really am.
Yeah, me too.
And I'm grateful for the rain for two things, and this reason I've never had before. But you know, the days leading up to today, or the days leading up to the rain, the dome was looking like asphalt. And so now I have a new reason to be grateful for rain. You can't even wash it or anything. So thank you to the Lord who has provided a spring cleaning for our church. We appreciate it. And the rain is just lovely. The smell is just ready for life.
It's beautiful, right?
Yes.
Honestly speaking. And also the people with sinuses, I don't know about you, but you know what? We actually, that dryness in the air caused a lot of sinus, headaches, and a friend of mine struggles with sinus, and normally her eyes, she just sneezes and her eyes goes like teary, and it's a problem, it's something that we actually have to think about. Imagine there's no rain, guys. So we must just thank God for rain, and I am so grateful for rain, because I know that without it we can't live. We can't. The plants won't grow, and there won't be any growth. And I am so grateful for the rain, because there's a new season. There's a rainy season now. There's life in the air, and now you will see how green things are going to become. And I hope for your life too, that things in your life will become greener and more and blossom, and that potential that is locked up inside of you will just come to the fore and start blossoming. Right? So that is what the rain is all about. So I am so grateful for the rain, actually. And so, we are doing a topic. It's our last topic on this. We were talking on how to keep the flame burning in marriage and in relationships. So this morning, today is our last actually on this love topic that we're actually doing. And today we actually want to talk on rekindling the love. So sometimes you are married for many years, or you are with a friend for many years, or you know how it is. And it seems like that flame is like starting to dwindle, and things are happening, and you don't feel that spark anymore. So how do you get back to that spark? How do you get back to that flame? What do you do? Because sometimes you become like a brother and sister in the house. Being married for 37 years, I don't know. Sometimes for other couples, it's maybe. With us, it's a different ball game, because I know that we have to do something to actually
you have to make the effort.
Because we learned early that marriage is work. Yeah. Marriage is work. Bottom line.
Yeah, I think you learn, and then you have a revelation of what it means.
Yeah, no, true. Because you see, if you don't work at it, it's definitely going to die out.
It will.
And that's where a lot of things come in, the divorce come in and stuff like that. And you become like brother and sister in the house where we always have, myself and my husband, always have a joke when we with couples. I hope it's not you, right? When we with couples and especially in ministry and we now visit together and so on. And then we hear how the wife calls the husband pastor or bishop or apostle.
Is it for your company or just generally?
In general, I don't know.
Okay.
Or if they talk to you, they say, my pastor actually said.
Yes, I hear you.
So to me, it's simple. It's really. When do we leave that out? Because it's not pastor now, it's my husband.
Yeah, or when do you become scuttable?
Verstaan jy? My love it all. My alles man.
Yeah.
Yeah. My sugar and spice, sons. My sugar and spice.
Oh, she had such a verspotted post. I loved it.
Really?
Yeah, she says her husband is the only meal she doesn't mind having twice. Pastor Son, I really enjoyed you on this topic, I must say. And like Joan is saying, this is the last of its season, or this is what we've been talking about and focusing on in October. And I must say that I felt out of depth this entire time talking about love, because the people's love connections are so different and intimate and unique to them. Yeah. So it's almost uncomfortable for me to prescribe what it is that they need to do to set their, to get the flame to get the joy or to get the flame burning. Yeah. But I must say, especially the show with yourself and Sonia. Oh, I was just my stomach was in knots and I was loving it and I was just churning. But it was just, I think, what the doctor ordered. So I think it's a brave conversation.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. It is. And it's things that people don't really want to talk about,
That's true.
And sometimes it makes you feel uncomfortable because there's things that really gets to you.
Yeah, things that maybe you're struggling with and things that you want and things that you...
And that's what it's all about. That's why the Insight Show,
Yes.
Because we bring insight, and we actually, it is funny that when you have a topic and you start researching, and then it helps you too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So today I just love this topic. To be quite honest with you, I just appreciate this topic because there are things that I am sometimes very boring and very stale. When it comes to rekindling the love, so and my husband is a romantic guy. He, if you look at him, maybe he don't look like that, but he's very romantic.
Oh,
and
so
I
nice.
always, in the beginning of our relationship, I always, on my list was I want a romantic man.
And there you go.
And I got a romantic man.
Stock and barrel for you.
Nee, so waar. And that keeps the flame burning, guys. That keeps the flame burning. It's not just sex, right? That makes the flame burning. Nee. That is but just a percentage of the marriage. So we want to just say, I was thinking of, there's certain things, Lee-Ann, that when you buy a dress, or for men, you buy a suit and you just adore the suit, you love the suit.
Yeah.
And there are certain things after you've worn the suit, right? Or the dress. Can you just take it like that after a few times that you've been wearing this thing and you now feel, okay, you're done. What do you do after that? You are supposed to maintain the thing, right? To wear it again.
Yeah.
Especially if it's something that you love. Right, so you're gonna send the suit to the dry cleaners.
Yeah, you're
am
gonna
I right?
care for it.
You're
when
gonna maintain
again,
it.
You're gonna rock it again.
Absolutely so.
Yeah.
So with different seasons in life, we find that we have summer, we have winter, we have spring, we have length.
Yeah.
So it's different seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the different seasons bring things in perspective. You have to wear. You have to wear according to that.
That is gold right there, Joan. And I'll tell you why. Is because different seasons require different things from you.
Absolutely so.
And the seasons don't always meter the same in terms of joy or success.
Right.
I think that's why at the altar they say for better or for
worse.
Everything has the contrasting
Absolutely.
nature there. So you can have the full spectrum of marriage. It's like, no, it's not only for the sweet. there's going to be some bitter days
Definitely, definitely. And if people know that,
Yeah.
that it's not just that lovey-dovey thing
as well. Yes, it isn't.
all the time. There are different seasons that you go through as a couple.
Yeah.
To know one another better, to actually understand one another better.
Yes.
So I think we have to understand that there's maintenance. If you have a car,
Yes.
right, and you drive that car every day, you have to maintain the car. Am I
Yeah.
right?
Yes, you do.
You have to actually put oil in.
Yeah, care
take
for
the
the
thing
car,
for
make sure it's clean.
Yeah.
And then when the car is in good running order, you enjoy it. The
you
experience
enjoy
is great.
it. You have to
Yeah.
take it for a service.
You do.
When last did you take your marriage for a service, guys?
I like that.
Hey, when last did you actually give that man a service?
I was baiting her for it. You need a service, all things.
You need a service, man. You need a service.
And the contrasting thing is also true. If you have so much clutter, your car's not looking nice, there's a dent that you're not attending to, your light isn't working. When you're in the car, it's not a joy. And you know what? When you have passengers, and I'm saying maybe like the kids, if you have passengers, are they experience the same thing that you do?
Yeah, it's
Marriage
true.
is a covenant not only for you and your husband, but for everything that falls within
Come
it.
I tell you what happened to us.
Yeah.
So we were at Wombats. Pardon. And when we just arrived there with the caravan, we actually just took the caravan off, and we just heard boah from the car.
Yeah.
And the radiator
Just blue.
just blew up.
Okay.
And we now here at Wombats don't know Arthur from Martha, but knowing my husband, he actually made a plan. He went to go ask. We walked to town and we went to go ask. Hey man, don't you have? Because he first thought it's a pump.
Okay.
But then only afterwards he asked the guy, I'm looking for a pump and blah blah blah. So then within the conversation, the guy said, no, we don't have. And he said, don't you know a mechanic in this town?
Yeah.
And the guy sent us to this place, and we came there, and it was, how a mechanic's yard looks like. And anyway, we are introduced to the mechanic and stuff like that. And now the mechanic says, okay, he's going to come with us. We can take a lift with him. We're going to go to the what's the name? To the resort now.
Yeah.
Back to the yesterday. Girlfriend.
Different.
Glory to God. I got the man says, oh, just please excuse my car because the children and blah blah blah.
And then you got in.
It wasn't, my thoughts were, it's
Yeah, it's a
children
lift,
are
yeah.
it's just when I got to the car and he opened the car's door for me to get in.
Yeah. Was there space for you to sit?
I looked at my husband.
And
We made eye contact. I wanted to say, and I saw my husband showed me, Joan,
Stop it.
just get in, that type of thing.
Yes.
But that car was in, I don't have words. It was in a state.
I don't have words.
I haven't seen
So
something like
did you
that.
compose yourself? Did you keep
I
your
sat with my
face in
with
order?
my hands between my legs like this. I didn't know I sat on the tip of the seat
You
because,
don't want to touch anything.
Lord, I haven't seen that dirt.
In a
I
while.
haven't seen
Such things.
people can live in dirt like that.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
That's a
That
tough
was
one.
terrible.
Yeah.
That was terrible.
And I mean, that's a car that you can see. Imagine a relationship
Now,
that you're sitting with.
how much clutter was in that car,
Yeah.
and in our lives too,
Yeah.
in relationships, in our marriages.
Yeah.
If we don't get rid of the clutter,
Yeah, it's the truth.
Hey?
Eh? It's the truth.
we have to maintain the relationship. We have to maintain the spark.
Yeah.
Guys, we have to maintain the marriage. It's very important for us.
Yeah.
So how do we rekindle that love?
I think you're onto the first point there, and that is spring cleaning. over time,
Spring
you
cleaning.
accumulate.
Yes,
You accumulate.
yes.
As much as you grow,
Yes.
you also accumulate. You accumulate a new attitude, a new habit. You accumulate a lot of things, mindsets, all those things. They kind of filter and they stay in your marriage. And if you don't take stock of it every now and again and say,
Yes.
you know what, this is not actually helping me. This is not actually going to work out if I continue to do this. And that's taking ownership of the marriage if it's a mess, and it's taking pride in the marriage when it's in glory days. I love the glory days, I must say.
Yeah. So you know what? I was thinking last night we came home a little bit late, and I said to my husband, "Sure, there's a few things that I still have to do for tomorrow's show." But anyway, I had this severe headache and I couldn't do it. And this morning I got up early and I said, "Wait." But there was something in my mind, and I thought about this. And I want to ask every couple or every person listening to this podcast right now.
Yeah.
If you must go back, right? If you go back to the first time when this spark was ignited, right? That first time, if you close your eyes and you think, wow, that first time when I met this guy that I am married to today, where did it start? So if you go back to where it started, the butterflies you felt, the things that happened to you, and as time went, you just wanted to be in his company.
Yeah.
You just wanted to spend time with him.
The time when you
Right?
were so tarty.
You understand?
Yes.
You were silly. You
Yes.
just laughed together.
Yeah, no one could do any wrong.
No, he was the perfect man for you.
Yes.
Right? And then in marriage,
Somewhere along, your filter changed.
you understand? But still, in the beginning of the marriage, things were still there. It was lekker because now you discovered that you can, for others, you have sex before marriage. But for us, it was, we preserved ourselves for that specific day. So now you experience something new, something else that is happening to you. And you just love this feeling that you feel. But now, children comes and career comes and things just happen, and you have to provide, and you have to see to the children.
The responsibilities and the obligations come.
Yes. So that is when the flame a little bit dies out.
Yeah.
Right? And down the line, you don't know what to do with one another because all these clutters in the middle of the two of you, and you are so tired when you go to bed at night that you just feel that
Yeah, the lines become very blurry.
Amen.
Yeah, and then it also gets more convoluted once the other things are added, like a work dynamic, goals and dreams, or even
Yes.
difficulties. And that's why it really is tough. And you're right about this this maintenance thing and the effort that we need to keep the flame alive. Because once the flame is alive, you can continue to do all those things that are connected to you.
Absolutely
those things
so.
Remain maintained. And I don't know about you, but have you just been in a place where you are adoring your husband? It's like then the day is brighter, your work is easier, or if you're in a good space with you, then everything just flows from you.
Absolutely.
And then the inverse is also true. It's when you're in a place of conflict or difficulty with your life partner, it's like then everything in life is difficult.
Yeah. And you tend to take it out on anything.
You can,
and everything.
You can be a Grinch to people
Yeah.
and they didn't even do anything to you.
So we can say one of the things that you can rekindle is adoration.
Yeah.
Right? Adore one another.
Yeah.
Just guys, because in the beginning of your marriage, you adored him.
Yeah. I think you
just
you need to focus on a good thing that he has and then just kind of magnify it.
Yeah. And you know how important that is, Lee-Ann. It looks
Yes.
so simple, but it works like a bomb. It
does.
absolutely does.
I'll
Because
tell you-
come I tell you, we have different love languages.
Yes.
And a lot of men, I won't say all, but
Yes.
a lot of men, if you don't understand his love language, so we can actually say adoration, and we can say number 2, know his love language,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Or know her love language,
Yes,
right?
definitely.
So it's very important, because if you understand and know the love language of your partner, a lot of men loves the accolades. They
do, the
love the
affirmation,
adoration. They love the
yes.
affirmation.
Yeah.
So just do that, guys.
They're actually
Affirm
quite
him.
easy customers.
They're easy. They're easy. I always say, jy kan toer met hy man.
Yeah. I have a funny story, and I'm just thinking about it now. I don't think I've said it to my husband even. So this thing about you choose an attribute about them, and then you kind of focus on that. You hone in on this thing that you like about them. So my husband, there was a season where he was just rocking suits, Joan.
Yeah.
He was like pink
Yeah,
and blue,
yeah,
and
yeah,
he was
yeah,
just
yeah.
flying. And I like that phase,
Yeah.
because a man in a suit, for any woman,
beautiful.
Yes, it
Yes.
is. Or if they wear it
Yes,
well,
yes,
you know.
yes.
It's like some women have a man in uniform, and you know,
Yes,
that kind of
yes.
gets their
Yes, that's
hair blowing.
true.
But me, it was my husband in a suit, and he used to wear. He had a couple of suits made for himself, and he was just looking dashing, man. And I swear, if I could wake up and see him in a suit every day, man, I think he could get so much out of me. He just doesn't know. And I recall one day we were, because we worked together, we were having a back and forth on something. And he was speaking, quite excessively about something. And so I was keeping quiet. And it was irritating me, with the conversation that he was having. But he was wearing a suit. And he looked
So you see, so
and
you
he looked so
adored
good.
him
He
in
looked
the
so
suit.
good in the suit. I'm like,
So whatever
you know what?
he said didn't matter.
Yes. So I'm saying that's a bit of a hack, and it can
Yeah.
help. It can help.
It definitely does, because that is how you adore him.
Yes, you
know,
can switch. And it's like,
It's-
I'm so mad at
yeah.
you, but you look so good in that suit. I'm just going to give you grace
Absolutely,
right now. Yeah.
absolutely. Because that's the adoration that you bring to the marriage,
Yeah.
right? You adore the man wearing A, B, and C, or having on the specific perfume, or
Yeah.
whatever it is for you,
Yeah.
that makes you tick. So that is the things that's number 1, adoration. Number 2 was know and understand your partner's love language.
Yeah.
That is also important. And just do that love language. Be
Yes.
there for him. If it's affirmation, man, affirm the man, affirm him. Say to him, oh, you did so well this morning, and oh, you know what? At that seminar or speech or whatever, wherever, you just find a space where you really affirm him.
Yeah.
You
So
know?
I'm gonna throw another one in here, and I'll tell you why. Forgiveness in marriage can help you to keep your flame burning, because if you
Forgiveness is actually vital.
It is, because
vital.
Something can kind of creep in and
Yeah,
stay there
yeah,
for a while.
yeah.
And then your inclination to affirm him and the inclination to support him, it diminishes.
Yes, it
because you're
does.
holding something against
Yes,
him.
yes.
And I think that's why possibly I was reluctant to even think about this, because I think I'm guilty of that. If things are
What does the
awkward-
Bible say if we must take it spiritually? What
Yes.
does the Bible say?
Yes.
Before the sun goes down,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, that's probably the most impractical
Yeah.
scripture I've ever read. It's very true, but where the couples they have the discipline to keep to that is another story.
Yeah, because sometimes we have critical mindsets.
Yes.
And we can't function with a critical mindset.
Yeah.
You did something wrong, and now you keep
Yeah,
on.
you stayed on there, you fixed on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now you go to bed. You give the back. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Ek is nou dik bek. I don't want to hear anything.
Yeah.
I don't want to do anything.
Yeah.
So leave me.
I'm just laughing. I chatted to a friend, and she said she's quite comfortable with angry sex. It's not something I've been able to master, but I mean, it had me in stitches. And I just thought about that. I'm like, wow. She goes, no, yeah, I don't let anything get in the way of me getting mine. But I mean, that is probably her coping mechanism. If you think
yeah.
like my suit
Yeah.
thing, maybe that's the way that she can, adore to.
Yes,
and
yes.
also maybe soften. It softens your energy towards him. It's like, yeah, it's fine. Let's just have the angry sex.
Yeah, but then also with that,
Yeah.
I personally think that with all that, when are you gonna get to a mature place in life where
Yeah.
you just say, you know what, I'm sorry, man. after having the sex.
I think that falls in the seasons category.
You know
in
what I'm
a
saying?
more mature season, then you're like big enough to say,
Yeah,
you know what,
yeah.
it's me, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because which means, okay, no, my mind is going overtime. Never mind. I'm not going
Where are
to throw
you? Where
that
are
in.
you?
No, I'm not going to throw that in because it's maybe not just, for everybody. But yeah, that is what it is. But yeah, there's another thing like understanding.
Yes.
Understand one another.
Yeah.
Because we have different things, different habits, different things that we deal with. You know what I'm saying?
That's a turning point.
And
I think,
understanding is important.
if you feel like you are understood, there's like a great peace that happens within
yes.
you. For women, I think if we are heard and if we are understood,
Yes.
it's like we don't even need an immediate solution there. Just understand what I'm saying.
Understand me.
Yeah, or understand and have an appreciation for my perspective on
Yes.
this. And then we can battle it out maturely. But I think, those when you get to that loggerhead stage, it's when you're just not being heard or you're just not being understood.
Yes, because and many times, it seems like if you don't put one another down.
Yeah.
Listen, can I tell you, in marriage, I've learned one thing. There's no winner in a fight.
Yeah.
And woman likes to win.
That is true.
Women always want the last say. Can I give you good advice? Zip it. Zip. And I know if you zip it, some people take it to the mind. They store it.
Yeah.
So for in case there's another argument, then you bring something up. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
No. If you zip it, and you have the opportunity, because you will get an opportunity to bring that thing up again.
Okay. Are you
Where
saying
you
it's
sit
a good
maturely, it's a good thing.
Okay.
To sit as human beings, maybe at the television, maybe having a cup of coffee, maybe in bed when you sit. Leave the phones now, right? Leave the phones. Leave social media. Ooh, that's a taboo. That's a no-go area. Don't go with your computer and your
don't take it to social media.
and your phone to bed. It's a no-go area.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of us do that, right?
But you know what? It can also create a conflict if one does it and the other one doesn't.
Absolutely so.
And then it can entrench the behavior if both of you do it.
That's a fact.
So either way, I agree with you on that. It's not a good habit.
I just think don't take it. Don't bring it to bed because you had the whole day.
That's true.
Yeah. And I know many of us. I'm guilty of that. You just wanna at night. It's the only time you have.
Mindless,
you just wanna browse through. You just wanna scroll through and see who was on Facebook, who was on Insta, blah 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 blah.
Yeah, it's
what I'm saying?
but then you stay there long enough.
You stay there.
Yeah.
You stay there. So because I know my husband always he's busy at times, but there's certain things that you have to communicate and say, you know what? I think this thing we mustn't do. You know what I'm saying?
And I like the we that you threw there.
Yeah, we mustn't do this.
Yeah.
Because it's bringing some sort of our time together. It's
corrupting our time
it's a
together.
hurdle.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we want to get rid of the hurdle.
Yeah.
That's in between.
No, it is true. If you're always preoccupied, you're never present with the person that you need to
No.
be. And it does create a disconnect. And then you can't also raise everything because then you become petty. So you end up, kind of just developing a different atmosphere in your marriage.
Yeah, and there's ways, like you say, with the pettiness.
Yeah.
There's sometimes men think we're petty, but it is things that matters to us.
Yeah.
So understand that.
Yeah. Appreciate that this is my perspective on it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So vice versa. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Men have different things. Women have different things.
Yeah.
So we have to understand where we're at with one another.
Yeah.
If we understand and we communicate that we are not, communication is another thing, but we're going to get there now. But if we understand one another that, listen, this must not happen.
Yeah.
and we in agreement with that, then we can
Yeah, you can just move on.
move on.
But that's a perfect set of circumstances. If you recognize something, you talk about it, you agree, and you move on. But not everyone follows that process. It's first recognize it, and then it forms a bit of a festering vibe.
Yeah.
Then
There's
we're
an
challenging
atmosphere.
it. Then there's a conflict
Yeah, there's
about
conflict.
it, and then it takes time to either resolve the conflict or accept that this is my position and this is your position, and then you have this prolonged difference. And that, I think, that does dampen the fire in the
It
relationship.
definitely does.
Yeah.
And it can become dangerous.
Yeah,
Can I
think
be
it is.
honest?
I think
It's
it is
dangerous.
dangerous.
It's very dangerous. Because if you don't settle the argument
Yeah,
before the sun goes down,
yeah,
when you're in bed, I mean, my husband will say, "Is there something wrong?
yeah.
Did I do something
because there's
wrong?"
something
Because
in
you
the
can
air.
feel it. Listen, we adults, we are not, I don't want to say stupid, but ignorant of the fact that there's something in the air. You can feel it.
Yeah, you can.
You know it,
Yeah,
right? And you also know that, I saw her face changed or his face changed when I said A, B, and C. So you know exactly where the root is.
yeah.
So instead
if
of
you pay attention, you will find it.
You will.
Yeah,
So instead of talking, communicating,
yeah,
hence communication is key,
Yeah.
right? To rekindle the love.
yeah,
Communicate to one another.
Yeah.
Communication is so vital in marriage. It's so important.
it is.
Talk about the things you like and the things you don't like.
And there should be an opportunity for you to do that without consequence.
Yes.
Like, for example, if you raise something, you should be able to be heard without having been penalized or sanctioned or punished for your viewpoint. And that's important. And I think that's
very
the
true.
maturity that you're speaking about.
That's the maturity. And I think maturity is key when it comes to relationships, irrespective of how long you're married.
Yeah,
You're in this marriage now for keeps.
yeah,
If that is in your mind, I'm going to grow old with this person. If that is in your mind, you can rekindle that flame at any point in time. Nothing then matters.
But then people can also take it for granted because it's like she's not going to go anywhere. I don't have to work so much for her.
No, you have to work because marriage is work. You
Yeah.
have to work to keep the flame burning, to see the love blooming, to see things happening within one another.
I raise that because I think men are more guilty of that because they worked.
that's
They,
waar.
They worked to get our affection, get our attention. They had to ask permission. They had to labor. They had to impress. Hulle moet uithaal, And now, when you're married, it's like then they kind of relax and simmer down, and then we have to do the fussing and the duty and all of that. And I think men, especially in a marriage, can be comfortable to the extent where they stop making a large effort.
Yeah.
And we don't like that because we're used to some level of adoration ourselves. And
Absolutely so,
And
eh?
then we're married, and it's like, what happened? When I came into a room, you used to sparkle. Now you just sit. So I think the male counterparts can kind of tend towards doing that.
Yeah.
But they're also very responsive. I was watching a podcast and. Who was it? I can't recall. But he was saying that men really just want three things: food, sex, and respect.
Wow.
I was like,
I know respect is a big one. It's
It's
a
like,
big
really,
one for a man.
can you just do it like that? But women, we need a bit more, to rekindle our flame. We struggle with mindsets.
they say we like the weather.
Is it?
We change every now and then.
Yeah.
We can change like Cape Town's weather.
In the morning you can
all
be
seasons
summer.
in one day.
Yes, but variety is the spice of life, so we'll just leave it at that. But I think the larger point is that for me, rekindling can also tend to fall in the responsibility of one spouse, which is not healthy. Because if
it
you're always
needs to
the
come
one
from
yeah.
both sides.
So
both sides.
there's like a
it takes two to tango.
so there's like a communication or a covenanting that needs to happen. And I'm saying that because life gets busy.
Absolutely so, eh?
And if you can say, you know what, our lives are busy,
Yes,
given our dynamics.
yes.
So if we can maybe set aside, I know some couples, I know my aunt and my uncle, they usually do Fridays where they spend their time together,
Yeah.
and they have a habit of doing a walk together.
Yeah.
So those are their scheduled
Yes,
periods for
yes,
quality time,
yes.
and they happen. I mean, they count a long way towards maintaining the
Yeah.
intimacy and connection.
Which is so important,
And
Lee-Ann.
then rekindling the fire is just
That is very
progression.
important. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was listening to a podcast where this couple says they irrespective of where they're at,
Yeah.
in what country they are,
Okay.
they have once a week where they spend time together and put everything aside.
Yeah.
You know, they
Yes.
put everything aside. They spend time together for that day, and they take like their walks. They have passionate time together.
Yeah.
He says that, you know what, this keeps us going.
It does. And that is what maintenance looks like. If
Yes.
you're worried about how the car needs to be cleaned, this is what maintenance looks like. In a relationship, it's having those set dates where you don't compromise on, and it's learning to prioritize your marriage, I think,
Because Lee-Ann, that just there
yeah,
is something that is, yeah, you have to prioritize your marriage.
No, it
You
is.
have to prioritize. If you don't make it a priority and you put your career above that,
yeah,
above whatever, or your busy schedule above your marriage,
yeah,
if you don't work on something, what's going to happen to it?
yeah, it just fades away.
It's going to fade away.
And then you take for granted that, oh, they married to me, they have to stay, you know.
No.
But then it's like, let's stay, but let it be nice.
It must be
while
nice.
we stay.
No,
yes.
it must be nice. It
Yes.
must be nice. It's important for it to be nice. And the both of you must work together
Yeah.
to make it nice and to make it feel nice.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because sometimes I think one or other party always, because they see that the character or the persona or the attitude of the one party is always that of reaching out.
Yeah.
So I don't have to.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Change that a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, spice up a little bit.
Yeah.
You make the initiatives, you know,
Yeah.
and leave the one party that always did it.
Yeah.
You then start doing it.
Yeah. Switch up the roles
Switch
a little
up,
bit.
switch up the roles. You know, that is important also to rekindle that love. You know?
And what do you say about absence? Because, you know, when you were first acquainted, like you mentioned, in the early parts of your relationship, you used to have, you couldn't wait to see each other again. Because
Oh, yes.
every time that you spent was
Oh,
such precious and
yes.
quality times, and everything was new. But now in marriage, you see each other every day, and in some dynamics all day.
Yes.
And that can get a bit, you can get a bit
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
cagey.
yeah.
So
Yeah, yeah.
absence, I think, in certain scenarios
yeah.
is healthy, and the healthy kind of absence, like, you know, a couple of hours during the day,
Yeah.
or, you know,
Do your own thing.
yes,
Yeah.
and then come back refreshed.
Yeah, I mean, with us, we work together. We're in the same building. But sometimes I don't see my husband.
Yeah,
We're in the same building, guys.
Yes.
But sometimes I used to go when I do my own thing. He does his own thing. We are both busy. I'm now at how can I put it? I don't want to sound like bragging, but maybe I can brag.
a little bit, of course.
A little bit of flexi time. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
yes.
So I can actually now enjoy, you know, the me time.
Yes.
I just enjoy it.
Yeah.
Even if I clean my house, I just enjoy it.
Yeah.
Because I'm alone. My music's on. And sometimes I have my koortjies on. I like to work with koortjies. You know that
You
Pinkster
have to
koortjies.
clean your house with rhythm.
Yes. Things go so faster. So that keeps me busy.
Yeah, and you
He
recharge.
goes-
You
he-
recharge.
Yeah, he goes, he plays golf. And
Yeah.
you know, golf don't take it takes the whole day.
Yeah.
Some of the women, please take tips, right? You must allow your husband to actually go play golf, even if it's the whole day. and then you do something for yourself, because that's healthy.
It is, and you become better for it, and he becomes better for it.
Yes,
It's like
yes.
sometimes I like going for a run. So if I go for a run and I come back home, it's like suddenly I'm in a better mood, and suddenly I'm so much more tolerant, and
It does a
suddenly
lot to you.
I'm happy. So yeah, I think that also helps with rekindling
Yes,
the flame, is to
yes.
have a proper me time,
Yes.
is to recharge and not expect other people to bear the brunt of your moods. You also have to separate, I think, what's happening with you and what's happening with the marriage. I think some people blend it all together.
They blend it together, yeah.
And then you
Yeah.
can't differentiate anymore. It's like
Because
you in a
sometimes you're
bad
so
space, but your
overwhelmed.
marriage isn't.
Yes,
Yeah.
you're so overwhelmed with what you have to do with vision. If I may
Yes.
put it that way.
Yeah.
You know, and I want to speak to pastors in that regard.
Yeah.
Because I find that when you are zoomed into the vision, you don't see anything else. You just see the vision. This vision must accomplish. This vision must, and you want things to happen quick and fast. And if it doesn't happen, you go into a mood. And then we all, as at home, the family, we all have to actually just take it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
we have
And
to
go
bear
with
your
your
mood.
mood. And go with your mood. And I think it is not good. It's not right.
Yeah.
It's not right. When you come to the house, when you come home, right? This is a home. When you come home, leave the moods at the door, just there. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And come to a family.
Yes.
And
Learn
and-
to switch
and
off
learn-
and separate.
That's so important, because many times we actually take up all that work and we bring it back home.
Yeah.
That's why I like office and home.
Yeah. No, it is. I think that's fundamental. I
We
really
also
do.
even said we don't talk church
Yeah.
at home. This is home. No
My-
conversations,
my husband
because
used to
dis
do
alles
that.
dis al wat ons ken in die circles, ministerial circles.
Yeah.
They just talk church.
Yes.
Isn't there anything else that you can talk about?
Yes. Like my hair.
You get what I'm saying?
No, that is true, and it sometimes it happens unconsciously, because I don't think that people who are passionate about church and ministry are having a bad, doing a bad thing. It's just that you allow something to become so natural without taking stock of how it's impacting you. Like, for example, if it's something, it's stuck in your spirit, that's all you do, you just assume this is what we must continue to talk about. But you're right, it's like at some point you have to disengage from what is consuming us and what we're working for.
Not sometimes, always.
Yes, or habitually at least.
You have to disengage when you come home.
Yeah.
You
You
must
do.
leave pastor at church
Yeah.
You now
should.
come
You
back
should
as
definitely
husband.
try.
and as wife,
Yes.
and leave businesswoman at the door,
Yeah, and go make tea and
and
smile.
go make tea, and go see to the children,
Yeah.
and have a conversation and play games. You know, I'm a granny today. I showed my grandchildren some of our games. I still play with them
Yeah.
because we've learned. My husband still plays on the floor.
Yeah.
He still crawls.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That makes home.
Yes, it does.
That makes a house a home.
And that's where I think it was Pastor Samantha Retief. She called it inspiration time.
Yes.
Yeah, she was saying that you must plan the inspiration time.
Yes.
Because otherwise you'll just continue on this.
No, definitely.
You'll continue on this churn, because
And
that's
you
what's
know what,
required, and that's
Lee-Ann?
your responsibility, and that's your obligation, and that's what life will be made of. And you won't have time to see the sun or get inspired, like you say.
You know what, Lee-Ann? Come I tell you, to me, it's a concern
Yeah.
when it comes to ministerial chores.
No,
Work.
it is. That
It's a
is true.
concern.
It's a high risk, in fact.
It is. It is.
I'll tell you something interesting. That it was Pastor Tim and Pastor Kemi.
Yeah.
So he has a very strong marriage, or his ministry is a marriage ministry. And I remember him recanting the story, and he was saying that, you know, when people have marriage troubles, it's
Yeah.
very consuming on a counselor's
Yes, it
time.
is. It
so,
is.
so he does a lot of counseling. And what was happening was that anything that happened, a crisis in someone else's
Yeah.
life,
Yeah.
he would go immediately, because he was responsible,
Yeah.
and he was responsive. So Pastor Kimi had to say, okay, bye, Tim, and then he would go and sit there for hours and do that. And so he said over time he learned boundaries.
Yeah.
And one thing which was the crux of the matter for me, he says, and you know what? The world didn't come to an end when I said no.
Absolutely.
When I said no
No,
sometimes.
yes.
Yeah, so many times we think that we have to be
Yeah.
the one. It has to be done
Yeah.
now. It has to be me. It can actually be quite a vain way of looking at things.
Definitely.
It's like, you know what? God is still in control. He's got this.
He's got it,
We are
man.
human. We need to sleep. We need to rest. We need to do things that are adding value
And
to
we
our
have
life.
a family. I have
Yes.
a wife. I have
And
children.
this is the time I have for
Yes,
that, and that is what
that's-
I'm going
yes.
to allow. It's
So-
healthy.
So there again, boundaries is also something that you have to put in place.
Yeah.
When it comes to rekindling the love.
Yeah.
Have boundaries at home. Have boundaries. One of our boundaries are ons praat die kerkie. We don't talk church.
I'm so surprised that you've got that right. I really am.
Really?
That's something.
No, we don't talk church. Sometimes Xavier comes over and Xavier wants to talk a few things about church. My husband says no.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa.
We'll discuss that at the office.
Yeah.
So we actually
So that's a very strong boundary there, Joan. How did you manage to get there? Did you have to learn
in
a
the
hard
beginning of
Yeah.
our ministry,
Yeah.
it was just ministry.
Yeah.
And then people used to phone because the congregation have your phone numbers.
way? Yeah.
And remember that time it wasn't cell phones.
Yeah.
It was the
the
house
tualala,
phone,
tualala.
right? So now we at the table,
Yeah.
because that was one of the boundaries that I put in place.
Yeah, we having
early,
dinner.
where we have dinner together. That is also something that can rekindle the love.
Yeah.
That's for the family per se, where you hear all the stories of the children.
day, yes.
Of the
I
day,
love
what
that
was
too.
it? That's very, very important. And then what happened is the phone will ring and it will be someone, and my husband will feel, oh, I have to now go and attend to A, B, and C.
Yeah, they have to always happens.
And after a couple of times, I put a stop to it.
Yeah.
I put the phone off the hook.
When you still could.
I said, this is not going to happen. Or I will go and I actually will answer the phone and say, sorry.
Now.
Yeah, office hours are between 8 and 5 or 8 and 4. Please phone the office. And that was it. And sometimes as the wife, you can become
Baddie.
that evil person.
Yeah.
You can become that bad person in the eyes of
Or
others.
you didn't become bad. It was a perception that because you have boundaries,
Yeah.
you are
Yeah.
off standish
Yes.
or off rude. But
Yes.
it's like, let me protect and manage my home like I
Absolutely
see
so.
fit. And it doesn't remove from the fact that I'm
Absolutely.
called and I still want to give. It's
Yes.
just that not now.
Not now.
Yeah.
So that's a boundary that you put into place, because life is about boundaries.
Yeah.
As I said in one of the shows, I said any game have boundaries.
Yeah, there's rules to
Soccer
everything.
game, if you kick that ball out, there's a boundary.
Yeah.
It's
Out
an
of
out
bounds,
ball.
you get
You're out of
penalized.
yeah.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes, I do.
If you're physical, it's a boundary.
Yeah.
You'll get a red card. You will be put off
Yeah.
the field.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
And you know what? If you keep boundaries, it allows someone to feel respected.
Yes.
And that is,
Yes.
it would be like a modern day turn on. It's like, whoa, he respects my boundaries. I'm just feeling it right now.
Absolutely. It's so important. Also, where the respect comes in, we have to be kind to one another.
Yeah.
That's another rekindling the love. Be kind, man. There's nothing's gonna fall from you.
And that's very
if you're
basic
not
if you
kind.
think about it. It's so basic.
It's basic. Don't when you see that the man is irritated with something or the woman, you don't have to retaliate.
Yeah.
You don't, if the voice was a bit too loud for you,
Yeah.
don't you also raise your voice?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No, be kind, because kindness kills that irritation, or kindness kills
Yeah.
that flare up.
It disarms the situation efficiently.
It definitely disarms the situation. So Leandra, is there something?
No, we're still good.
Oh. Okay, I thought.
Yeah,
maybe
sorry
this
guys,
time.
we heard a
Sorry,
thumping and we thought
sorry.
something happened.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, okay. So yeah, so that is what it is. So I think if you're kind to one another,
Yeah, it
that
goes a
also
long way.
yeah, and that also sometimes softens the other person.
Yeah, it does instantly
It
almost.
works. It works. To be quite honest with you,
Yeah.
ask me, I'll tell you. It works. Just be kind to one another,
Yeah.
and have that kind.
Yeah,
Touch.
do things.
Do things
and you
that
know what? You know
matters.
what I like, and what can spice me up very easily is if I receive things that are totally reserved for me. I do
Okay,
like that.
right.
Like a special name, a
Right.
special call,
Right.
a special song, just something that is really just
Oh
for
yeah,
me.
beautiful.
Or something that's
You
custom.
thought about me
Yes,
today.
yes. Or something
Yeah.
that you do that like a little rub on my shoulder.
Yeah.
You know, those are things I think that make my fire.
Yeah, you know,
Light my
sometimes
fire up.
and I like that, Lee-Ann. You know what? This must happen even in Christian relationships.
Yes.
You're not out of bounds. You're married, right?
Yeah.
So there's certain things you can do. Ja, nou jare moet jy laat ek goed praat hierso nie.
I'll translate. You can put on an outfit if you want to.
Yeah, please do, man.
It's
Guys,
okay.
please, man, please. Don't become so spiritual.
Yeah.
There's time to intercede. There's time to sing songs in church. There's times to put on that clothing to go to church. But there are also times where you have to see to the man, rekindle that love, rekindle it by being vulnerable.
Yes, yes.
It's important.
And you know what also works is listening, because sometimes we
You have
also
to listen.
Yeah, listen to
yeah.
what he wants, or
Yes.
listen to what she wants,
Ooh,
because
and
otherwise you
that's
just
a
give.
major. That's a major.
It is, but otherwise you just give what you want or what
Yes.
you think they need or what's
Yes.
natural for you. But if you listen, and over time, you do have a habit of doing things the same way. And then, you know, if you listen, and when people are trying to do something new in a relationship like that, they are not always as direct as we want them to be.
Yes.
So you really have to kind of, in a spiritual sense, we would say incline your ear.
Yeah, yeah.
But you really have to incline your ear to
Yeah.
your partner when you want to satisfy something about what
Yes.
they need. Because it may not come out as in a perfect sentence, easy for you to understand. It's like, oh, okay, you're more responsive.
Yes.
If I do that, or this is actually what you desire,
Yeah.
but this is my natural
Yeah,
inclination.
yeah.
So if you listen, I think it can help rekindle a fire.
It definitely does.
Yeah.
Because sometimes there are things that you can pick up, especially things like if someone is under pressure, your partner's under pressure.
Yeah.
By listening, you can pick it up.
Yeah.
And you can actually be that one who can buffer, you know,
Yeah.
and say it's okay. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You can actually
You can be supportive because you heard. You can adequately respond to
you
what
heard.
it is. Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It is so important. You can listen when you can pick up in listening when he's hurt.
Yeah. And we listen with all our senses.
You
We listen with our
understand?
eyes.
With
we listen,
everything.
We see everything.
Yes. Hence,
So you can't
your
be on
phone
social
must
media
be-
all the
yeah,
time.
yeah.
You heard me on that
Yeah,
one
yeah,
in
yeah.
my heart, yeah.
Yeah.
So your
Yeah.
phone and I were saying social media. So
Yeah.
yes, that's definitely true. You can't be distracted in a relationship if
No,
you
you
want to
can't.
maintain intimacy with somebody.
that's why I hate it when I go out with somebody and
Yeah.
that person is continuously on the phone.
Yeah.
Or that phone rings all the time.
Yeah.
What is the sense of us meeting?
Yeah. I should have phoned you rather.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So it's disrespectful.
Yeah, but we don't have anything against phones. We just
No,
don't
I don't.
like.
I don't.
We just don't like the breaking of the boundaries.
Yeah, yeah.
And if
It's
you have a phone
important.
issue, maybe you can use it to rekindle the fire as well.
Yeah, because you can
You can
send
send
messages.
yeah,
you can send kind messages.
You can drop in. You can
yeah, you can send love hearts.
emojis. Yeah.
Yeah.
I share pictures like of my day if my better half is in a particularly grinding mood and I'm out with the kids, and I'll always send what we're doing, because it kind of includes you in
Yeah.
a moment that you
Yeah.
can't be part of,
Yeah.
but you would maybe have liked to be part of. So yes, you can, if you've got, if you love a phone, then you can also use it to help you.
It's very important, Leanne. Also, when you can send a message when you go to a women's conference,
Yeah.
or something like that. You're leaving there, just that, where you say, "Hi, Angel, I'm on my way. We're leaving here now."
Consideration.
Yeah, man, it's things like that matters.
It does.
And then there's also love.
I love.
Love is very important, because this is what we're talking about, right? Rekindling what? The love. Listen, you were there before when that love started, when the journey of love started. You were there. So it's just now that you are in it for
the
a
long
year
haul.
or whatever. You're in it, right? And responsibilities came in the way.
Yeah.
And all that you have to do is close your eyes, go back, think. So what sparked this love between the two of us? And if you get that, go back and do exactly that.
Yeah. Back to basics.
Right? Back to basics. That's what it is. So it's important for us to show how we love. Ooh, yeah, ons kom nou ver. You have to actually, and come I tell you, and this is where I stuck when it comes to certain issues, certain mind frames and mindsets. When you are now in Christ and you are serving the Lord, and you are now I'm not going to use intercessor. You are the first lady.
you're
I'm
deeply
taking
spiritual.
myself.
You're deeply
You're deeply spiritual,
Yeah.
right? And now at night, and that is why, you know what, a lot of the unsaved men and women don't want to come to Christ, because
They think you must become
they
a
think
prude.
you must. Oh, jy moet al die tyd so opgesig is. Weet jy eens, I can't even say what word. I don't even have a word for it. But you must always be that serious type of hallelujah person.
Yeah.
Ach, please, two men, just take off the facade, take off that mask, and just be real to yourself. You need love. We all need love.
Yeah.
Jesus knew we need love. And that is why he gave his life so that we can love men.
Yeah.
Ach, man. So
deliver
he loved
yourself
us so
from
much.
that.
So
Deliver
deliver
your-
yourself from
Yeah.
that facade,
Yeah.
from that putting on,
Yes.
that you always have to be the serious type of person, and you can't play, you can't laugh.
Yeah.
You know,
People
you,
don't
you
take
can't,
themselves
you,
serious. Don't
you
take
can't
yourself
make
so
jokes.
seriously.
Yeah, you can't make jokes with one another. And I think people will get upset if they must see my husband and I, the way we play with one another. As it's silly things we do. Like, for instance, when you come out of the shower or whatever,
Yeah.
and you now busy dressing, and he comes in, he just likes to hit me on my
Give you a nice shot.
a nice shot on my body, and that is, then I say, it's mine. And he say, it's ours, because your body
Technically,
belongs
yeah.
to, technically it's ours. So it's things like that actually keeps the spark in the marriage. You know what I'm saying? You don't always have to be. I'm a prayer warrior. I love praying. I pray in the mornings. I get up 5 o'clock, I go pray.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, 5 to 6. When my husband leaves, he makes the tea in the morning.
Yeah.
When I come, my tea's ready. And my daughter's with us. And the children wakes up to go to school. And there's life in the house. And we play. And then he says, my day is A, B, and C. I'm going to do this, that.
Yeah.
And then he says, okay, I will see that if he needs clothes that needs ironing or so on.
Yeah. But there's a
I will do.
concern, an
But-
intimacy, a
but
care.
there's
Yes.
there's that.
Yes.
So with every person, I want to emphasize, it's very important for you to understand that you are not at the church. It's not church now. It's home now.
And maybe people need to give themselves permission. They need to give themselves permission to be expressive in that way, because we are built so intricately and so creatively. And if you haven't given yourself permission to express yourself, and you haven't given yourself permission to be fun, then you kind of think that this is right.
And I want to call it be vulnerable.
Yes, it is. And
Be vulnerable in bed too.
Yeah.
You know, you have to be vulnerable, guys. Don't just. Oh, hulle gaan seker sponsor.
No, I think it's wonderful, and I think that as your relationship advances, especially in years and maturity, you are not necessarily the same person that you were. And if you and your better half, or your better half, if you and your spouse have allowed each other to evolve together, then the transformation of who you are now is a beautiful story.
Absolutely so.
It's just that when you become married, you have to evolve together, because
Yes, you have to.
we are not as rigid. We are not going to die the way we are born. We are going to change several times. So what happens when marriages break is that we evolve this way. And the point is to evolve this way.
Together.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure after 37 years, Joan, you will know that there were things that you did one way, but now you've managed to do another way.
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
because you evolved as
Yes,
a person.
definitely.
Imagine
Most
how
definitely.
boring it would be to be married to the same Joan for 37 years. And I mean, I say that to myself as well. The same Lee-Ann. I wore my
You
hair
have
the
to
same way
change.
every day.
You have to change.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
And it's a good thing. It's not a bad thing.
It's a very good thing. Do you have some comments? Let's just quickly go to comments a little bit. Oh yeah, I see there's quite a few comments.
Oh, these ladies were being very fun. We have Sonia saying, yes.
You need to oil each other.
Oh, that's good. That's good. You need to oil each other spiritually. Where did I miss it now? Emotionally, sexually, and financially. That is true. That is definitely true. You need to lubricate and lather it, and it needs to be enriched. Women need to know that it's okay to initiate intimacy as well. Hey, we didn't even get there, and that's a serious thing.
Yeah, intimacy is very important.
We'll sit and wait. Women can sit and wait. It's like, you're not loving me.
Yeah.
And then you were in your full capacity
And you know,
rights
when
to love as well.
Yeah, as I said, when the four of us were together, Sonia, myself, and our husbands, and we had this conversation, and they actually said that they must always initiate as men.
Yeah, and I'm saying that we didn't even get to thinking about that.
Yeah, because with
and
intimacy, we are.
Yeah.
We can be guilty. We are guilty. We were guilty.
Yeah,
the two of us, because we thought
we
it must come from them.
Naturally, we are receivers. Yeah. Okay. That's so. Note to us, ladies. Then Gail Briley says, I believe that when you stroke a man's ego and focus on his strengths, you get away with so much. I think when you figure out how to do that without the clut in your head, it's magic.
Yes, true.
Gail Briley is also someone that says, don't gel funk tips. So
Yeah,
that is
yeah,
her
yeah,
tip
yeah,
for
yeah.
the day.
Yes.
Roy Skulls, that's my dad. Do not have headaches in the evening.
Oh, yeah, no, true. Yes. And don't come with that big skipper to bed. It's a no-go area.
Anders
Sit net jou nightie aan in jou mooi shorty. There's very nice things that they're selling now. So just get some of those, that shorty with that lekker toppiekie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's lekker. And for those who have menopause, you can go to bed just like that.
It's too hot. But I must tell you something funny. If there's a range of pajamas I own. A range, and we have 3 kids that are little, so there are sometimes you wear different pajamas. Yeah. So in that one day when I feel like I want that shorty pajamas that you're referring to, it creates a stir in my house.
Really?
Mommy, why are you dressed like that? so obviously, depending on the time you put your pajamas on, you first have to put the kids to bed, then you can put your pajamas on. That's just something that's really funny.
I walk like that. So my children are so used to it. They know me. They know us. There's no limits. No limits.
Well,
no
fortunately,
limits.
your kids are big, so you don't have to justify
No,
yourself.
even when they were little,
Is
so
it
I
you?
taught them like that. Even eventually, she walks just like that.
So they
Just
know how to roll with you.
So if you bring visitors, you must let us know that there's visitors coming.
It's
because
important,
It's
please.
very important. It's very important.
Then Sonia is saying there, Joan, what went wrong? We're making too many excuses, especially women, the kids, this, that. I think Sonia and Roy Scalter are on the same WhatsApp group because they talk tough love
Why?
with
What
us.
do they say?
No, they're advocates of the same type of thing. Don't make so much excuses. Don't have headaches. Do the things that make the pots to work, to make the pots to be done. Is that how you say it? You can celebrate each other's victory, show sympathy, smile sincerely with each other, compliments, be loyal, don't criticize each other. And then Roy Skull says, that statement is so true, Joan. The bed is just for sex and sleep. And, my father is actually an advocate of husband and wife time. He's an advocate of boundaries, and he's an advocate of physical intimacy. And I think that's a good thing to hear, because just listening to Sonia Forster, listen to what she says. Show sympathy, smile sincerely. That's a very feminine thing to say.
Yeah.
And then Roy is like, the brutal truth about it. Like, no,
Yeah.
don't come with your phone. Just be loving and
Yeah,
expressive,
yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's always the two view points. Gail says, absence can be healthy. My husband opts not to work from home, even though he can at times. He needs that to miss me and look forward to coming home. That is true.
Yeah.
And then, do you want to read any of
Gail
that?
say, my husband and I recently went on holiday without each other with our cousins, and it was difficult at first, but it helped us be us as an independent person. And we can sometimes lose our independency.
Yeah.
That's so true. And then she also says, kill the situation with kindness is a motto I live by. That's very true. You have to be kind to one another. Then Sonia says, that's why I said to my husband, we are married in the community of property. He'll look after the community and I am looking after the property.
That's a
Yeah,
nice
that is one thing that she always says.
That's nice. I like that one. That is funny.
No. And then Roy says, Joan, I cannot agree with you more. It takes self-discipline to do that. I salute you for that. I think that is when the phone thing, no?
Oh, yes, yes.
Having the time. Then Eileen says, good morning. And she says, it's all about the love. I love it. Ladies, Roy says, ladies, media can be switched off and switch on your love. Oh, ja, nee, jy sê dit sommer soos dit is, man. I like that. So, yeah, we have to actually switch it on and switch it off, right?
Yeah.
So that is actually, as you can be on social media, and you can actually learn a few things, take a little bit time to actually go and check how you can rekindle your love. Because there are certain things, you don't just take anything. My father always used to say, when you eat a meat or a chicken, you spit out the bones. So
Yeah.
not everything is is right.
Yeah.
So you spit out the bones and take the things that you actually feel
value
healthy
from,
and value back to you. Also, there's another thing, value one another.
Yeah.
Esteem
one.
one another.
Yeah.
Just show the person show your partner that, amen, I value you, and do certain things
To express
to
that.
express that you are valuing him.
Yeah. You know what? Love can be perceived as work, but if you work it, what you receive in return is far more than any effort that you make.
Absolutely so.
Yeah.
So, yeah, guys, I think we came to the end of our show. I hope you've learned a few things, and I know that somehow, somewhere, we will, we have our marriage connection. It's a marriage conference this weekend, so it starts Friday and it ends on Saturday. So it's 500 Rand per person. per couple, sorry, 500 per couple, and it's for singles too. So you can come, all the single ladies, all the single ladies, all the single men. You can come to this conference because you never know. Your partner might just be here. And things can happen, that spark and
what's
just,
the date there, Joe? What's the date?
That's for this weekend.
This
Is this weekend.
Saturday,
this is this
Sunday.
Friday and Saturday. So if you want a ticket, please phone 011 494 1363. That is for our marriage seminar or marriage conference for this week. They have a lineup of very good speakers, guys. That's the couple that's on Metro. Mo and Pindi, they actually do
these
relationships,
types of- yeah.
So you can come in. They look like fun. I didn't meet them yet, but they look like fun of the clips that I've seen. So you can come and have some good time on Saturday morning. We're having a breakfast, and they have different speakers.
Yeah.
And it's not just. This is not. It looks like we are now too old for this marriage conferences because
Why?
het ons heeltemal uitgegooi. They only have young people in it. But that's what I love. That is,
Yeah.
it just shows that
Healthy marriages, yeah.
it's
This
healthy.
is an opportunity for maintenance. Attending things like
Oh,
this
yeah.
is very helpful
Oh,
because
yes.
sometimes you can't always address everything in your
Oh,
marriage.
yes.
But when you receive from somebody else, it can add value to your marriage.
Absolutely
So
so.
I would also support and encourage these types of activities because it brings you together as a couple and
Yes,
allows you
true.
to learn and glean from
Very
others.
true,
Yeah.
very true.
So
And
this
it's
is a
so
maintenance
important.
thing.
Yeah. You can rekindle your love just here, and you can spark the love, singles. That's for you.
Yeah.
Well, we came to the end of the show. If you can, Lee-Ann will greet you, and I will say bye to you too.
Thank you, guys. It's been real. It's been fun. This series over the month has definitely challenged me, and I think I'm enthusiastic about what we can do with these lessons and tips and principles. But I think allow your commitment and your effort to be at the forefront of your marriage when you are considering, what you need to do. And then from me, I think I'll end off with a quote. Marriage involves falling in love many times, but always with the same person.
Amen.
So good luck to you, and I hope that you get to spice up everything concerning your relationship.
Yes. So, yes, we came to the end of the show. We want to say have an awesome afternoon and a beautiful weekend. So, yay, from me to you. We love you. God loves you best. Go in the peace of the Lord. Mwah.
In the shadow, as I look upon my life, in the shadow, there's a passion inside. Heaven knows I'm living my dreams. In the shadow, as I look upon my life.